Astrology houses the first house of self. The first house in astrology is also known as the house of the ascendant or rising sign. It represents our body image, our way of coming out into the world, and our introduction to the social realm. The planets and signs in this house are of great importance, as they show the characteristics and functions that other people recognize in us. However, we do not always identify with them, especially early in life. House 1 is like our face, the most visible part of us, but that which we hardly notice during the day, except when we go to the bathroom or in other similar situations. That's why it takes us time to interject the talents and characteristics found in this house. We usually end up fully recognizing our rising sign when we are more mature and have gone through enough life experiences. Many people reject the characteristics of their ascendant because they do not recognize them in themselves. But the more they deny the presence of these traits as part of their identity, the universe will throw related experiences in their path until they do acknowledge them. For example, let's say that someone with an Aries ascendant does not recognize themselves as courageous, independent, and active. However, the rest of the people identify them as aggressive, impatient, etc. In short, all the features of the fiery sign of Aries. Therefore, life puts in their way situations that require them to act quickly, stand up for their limits, make their own decisions, and fight for their desires. By doing so, they'll gradually become aware that the Aries energy is also part of their identity. This process is even more complex if the person has the sun, the moon, or any other planets and signs with opposite qualities. Following the previous example, let's imagine that this person with Aries ascendant has the sun in Libra and the moon in Virgo. They probably perceive themselves as helpful, balanced, harmonious, and rational. Most of the time, they use reason to deal with their challenges and consider others before making decisions. In fact, this person likely considers everything related to Aries as unfavorable. They avoid overly passionate, aggressive, and domineering people, not realizing that this is how they introduce themselves to the world. At some point, they'll realize that being passionate, aggressive, and dominant has its benefits, and that's how they tend to insert themselves into their social realm. This is why the first house also speaks of our physical appearance, since it's the first thing other people know about us. As time goes by, they learn about our personality, emotions, beliefs, etc. But in the initial stages, all they see is our physical appearance. The first house marks the beginning of the zodiacal wheel and is associated with the energy of the sign Aries and the planet Mars. These two represent how we act, initiate projects, and react to potential threats. Thus, this house shows how we initiate projects, start new paths, and venture into unexplored places. The first house represents the blind impulse that prompts a new stage, without necessarily knowing how it will develop. Not all of us start new projects in the same way. Some go impulsively forward, excited to begin a new and unknown adventure. However, others are more cautious and prefer to weigh the pros and cons before plunging headlong into this new path. Likewise, we all have a unique way of introducing ourselves to others and making new acquaintances. Some people are more outgoing and eloquent, others more shy and quiet. A person with the sun in Leo can be outgoing, self-confident, and creative most of the day. But let's imagine that their first house is in the sign of Pisces. This person will not initiate projects with confidence, eloquence, and passion, as indicated by their sun in Leo. They're more likely to be shy, muddled, and prefer to go unnoticed. This person is not driven by the desires of their ego, but by those of their subtle intuition. They may begin new phases of their life feeling insecure and with many doubts that will clear up over time. They will not break the ice when meeting new people, nor will they rush to be the center of attention as their sun in Leo would like. They'll try to blend in with the rest and go unnoticed until they become a little more confident. All of these possibilities are described in the first house. Keep in mind that you should check the planets found in this house, as well as the zodiac sign and its ruling planet. For example, suppose your first house is in the sign of Gemini. In that case, you should also look at the position of Mercury in your birth chart, its zodiac sign, and planetary aspects to determine the characteristics of your ascendant. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe for all the updates.